Greetings to all melanated people around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing, it's an honor to be out here in nature and to vibrate here with the same energy and frequency as the power that has been conducted by this river right behind of me that is going to empty all of itself into the sea. And the sea have no beginning, the sea have no end, which is showing you our life right in nature and teaching us the journey and teaching us from your river experience, your sea of knowledge. So when the river ends in the sea is a type of eternity. There's no beginning and there's no end. So me and you, we have to discover our divinity, our eternal self. You know, and when you really come to that, you will come to the real true marriage, the real union. Then you will understand when you speak about the bride and the groom, and you will understand when you say that the husband must be ahead of the wife. When you start to understand your subconscious mind and your conscious mind and how it works together and how you must be in union and how you must align yourself with nature, then you will understand more. And you will see how they use marriage to make a business out of those who are ignorant. And many are going to church believing that they are having righteous sex. Okay? But basically that is not really what I really want to speak too much on, so I don't want to go off too much. You know, I just want us to lay a foundation to come to speak to you concerning why did I get married. And I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that I knew from before that it would not have lasted. And I was even telling the other side that it was not going to last and that we were not really fit for each other. I was doing that honestly. But the point I want to get across to you, why I went ahead and still do it. I wanted to understand how the church system and the people who are involved in the church system and believe that the Bible is literal and believe that the Bible is secular history, how they are sending out enchantment ignorantly. How they do not realize that the words from their mouth, the spells they are casting. So what happened? When I used to be speaking to the woman I was with and showing her that I was called to do a special work, even before I ever started doing any of these things. And she would tell me that I believe that God will speak to me and God won't speak to her, and that I some special call out man and I fooling myself. When I leave to go to work, she will go to these different churches asking them to pray for her relationship, to make her relationship work. And they're being so ignorant and do not realize that a relationship takes two people. They fail to realize that one hand can't clap. They fail to realize that every story has two sides. So out of ignorance and foolish zeal, they open their mouths with all of these enchantment and was sending energy and using energy destructively instead of creatively. I'm going to show you how I come into all of that and why I'm sharing this story with you. Because this is basically story time with me. Okay? Now, long after not knowing she was doing all of these things, right, that she was going to this particular church and she was going to sort the men who call themselves men of God and call themselves seers and try to make people believe they're so anointed and they call. Before I ever know that, right, I had a dream. And in that dream, there was a young man who was using, I met him using energy. And he was using his energy in a destructive way because it's as if he was forcing to have a woman who wasn't vibrating towards him. And I asked him how he knew what to do the things he was doing and where he learned that from. And he called a certain person's name. For me not knowing that the woman I was with was going to this person for prayer in the so-called church. And all these other people laying hands on her and touching her and doing all of these things because people do not understand energy, vibration, and frequency. So they're doing everything in the church system ignorantly. So they were sending all of these enchantment towards me, and at that time I wasn't even enlightened. I was actually operating under negative energy. So there was so much negative energy and me being in that environment. I was doing something that I knew deep within me that it wasn't going to work. This wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. I knew it. Even when I started coming into consciousness and I started writing the book, The Truth About Marriage, I didn't even do it yet, but it was close. So I would have already gone and do the things that people normally do to get prepared, and went. I did it out in nature in the botanic garden where I started was to do my first set of videos. This is where I did it. But I never did anything traditional. I do everything right there, right in the garden there. Eat, drink and everything right there. I never ride no vehicle and blow no horn and balloon and all of these kind of things and bridesmaid, and I didn't have all of those kind of foolishness. Okay? So when you come to understand that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, and that the Bible is not literal neither secular history, then you will realize that the Bible could be used for good and it could be used for evil, and that many could be using the Bible for evil ignorantly, not knowing. Thus the reason why the Bible tells you in Deuteronomy, I think 32:39, he said, I'm God and there's no other. He said, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Because everything comes from the imagination, because God is your own human imagination. That is why when I use my imagination, I have to use my imagination lovingly and consciously, especially if you're going to use it on behalf of another. Also, the Bible tells you in Isaiah chapter 45, verses 5 and 7, he said, I'm God, and there's no other also. He said, I create the darkness and I create the light. I create the good and I create the evil. All the good and all the evil is created in the mind first. So what happened? Through ignorance, these people's mind are delusional and warped, and they're doing the same thing to other people's mind unconsciously. That's the reason why these same people will go to a polling station and vote. Yet they will go and they will preach against homosexuality, and they will preach against lesbianism, and they will preach against pornography, and they themselves are supporting the ones who put those things in place, because they have to be given certain power to put certain things in place. Because those are the ones who represent the so-called judiciary, or laws of the country or whatever. And those who are running the courts and using a system to rule over you and to control you. So I'm just sharing this story to show you the level of ignorance and how Christianity is destroying our people, because the Bible been misinterpreted to them. They fail to realize it is psychological, and while they think that it is literal and that it is secular history, it is destroying our people's mentality and keeping them in poverty and mediocrity and low self-esteem. That's why many of them always say, I am not God. They're afraid to say, I am. They're afraid to say, I am God and there is no other. They're afraid to say, I am the way, the truth, and the life. They're afraid to say, be still and know that I am God. Because they can't see themselves that important. They can't see the Creator within themselves. But they can see the Creator in an idol. They can see the Creator in a man outside of themselves. They can see the Creator in a man who is of a race even outside of themselves. But we want more conscious. We don't get caught up in a race. Because we know spirit doesn't have complexion. We know. We who are spiritual knows that. We go beyond that. But I'm just saying this to show you the level of ignorance among our people. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I believe I got my message across to you. I believe those of you who haven't done such a thing as getting into marriage, it's better for you to be free. Having the knowledge. Do everything that you're going to do it wisely. That's why I have a video called Sex with a Purpose. Because we have to learn to train our children from the time they have birth up to the age of 7 to instill certain things in them. If we do not do that by that age, they'll be brainwashed by the school system and by the church system by that time, because they will infiltrate the subconscious mind. So yes, as I would have said before, I want to thank you very much, because I don't want to stray too far. And I want to thank each and every person who support the books. And I was mentioning these things because I'm sending more energy out there to our people and to those who would get these books and read them to help themselves, to uplift themselves. Okay? Also for those who been supporting us on Patreon, I want to thank you very much. And if you haven't purchased a book and you're going to purchase any book, remember to give it a rating, because when you rate it, it will help me, you know, so I would know whether I need to improve a little bit more or whatever I need to work on. So it's very important to read it, so you can give it whether 3 stars, 4 stars or 5 stars, but it's very important to give it some form of rating. Now at this time I want to give you the sign of the single eye, the sign of enlightenment, the sign of the all-seeing eye, of the called out chosen ones who would see beyond all of these systems that they're using to keep you in mental slavery. That is why this eye is on the US dollar. It represents enlightened ones who would see through the mind of imagination and who would understand when the Bible says that if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. They come to realize that when you have the true experience, you will realize it is the true born again experience. And you will come to know that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination and the human imagination parallels the sun. Therefore, we the people who are of the sun, let us use our mind power, our melanin, to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.